I used to work at NASA and still work in the space industry, I've collected a lot of mission patches, more than this, but this is what I picked to put on my mission patch jacket. So I wanted to talk through some of these and why I picked these to put on here. Also, a big shout out to my mom who sewed all these on here for me for my 30th birthday, because if you don't know, mission patches can be pretty dang hard to sew. First, let's talk about what's front and center here. This mission patch flew to space on a space shuttle mission, and it's representative of space station research and technology, because that's the area that I worked in when I was at NASA. One of the people, when they were moving desks, found a whole envelope full of these and handed them out at a meeting. But it's, a great way to remember this is what I worked on for nearly 4 years at NASA. Second is the patch for the ocean expedition that I sailed on for about 10 weeks. This was Expedition 401 on the JOIDES Resolution. We sailed through the North Atlantic and the Mediterranean, so this is representing the Gibraltar Strait and what it used to look like versus what it looks like now. Okay, now the back. There's a lot here, so I'm not going to talk through all of them, but we'll rapid fire a bit of this. So this is the patch for the Bishop Airlock, which I got to sign before it flew to space and went to the International Space Station, so my name is now on the space station. These are a couple of my favorite ISS mission patches. These were from when I first started at NASA. This is Expedition 60, which launched around the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11. And this one is Jessica Meir and Drew Morgan flew on Expedition 62. This was the COVID actual mission, which is I worked at NASA, teleworked most of the time. So this is just kind of a remembering of that time. We've got different NBL patches, the Neutral Buoyancy Lab. These look very similar, but if you'll notice, they're different because this one has shuttle and this one has space station on it. This is the big pool at NASA, and it just kind of shows the different eras of the NBL. Now we've got some less common ones here. These are ESA patches, European Space Agency patches. So when one of their astronauts flies to the space station, they get kind of a sort of named narrative for their mission. For example, we've got Alpha and Cosmic Kiss, and those astronauts were always amazing to work with because they were always so good at sharing science. So this is really cool because we got to collaborate with them when I was at NASA, so fun to remember that. A bit of baggage with this one, but this is the Boeing Starliner patch, but I actually went and saw the launch of Starliner in Florida with my husband, which was his first time ever seeing a crewed launch, so it was still a special moment. Now, if you're familiar with Emily Calandrelli or Kelly Girardi, these were the mission patches for their missions, who they're just such cool role models and create amazing space and science content, so I had to give them a spot on here too. And this is a patch for 2 space station facilities that research combustion and fluids. One of my favorite facilities because fire looks so pretty in space, so had to give this a spot there too. And I've still got spots on the front and back, so excited to continue to add to the collection.